Hey, this is Matt from Yankee Stadium in the ManCave with your daily devotion for what? December the 16th. Hey guys, we're going to be in Paul's writings. We're going to be in Philippians chapter 4:13, okay? And it says that I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. You know what? Life is hard, is it not? And here's the thing. I get emails all the time. I see some of the posts. Okay, I'm at work and I'm listening to the stories. Life is very, very, very difficult. We're in Yankee Stadium, youth camp stadium or something. I think this is like a youth field. Okay, that's free, but everyone else that doesn't know that, I want them to think we're in Yankee Stadium. All right, look at Yankee Stadium. Okay, look at. Let's say God's on the mound. You're like, oh my goodness, no one's going to hit off God. You're right and you're wrong. And you're like, what do you mean? What if it's God's will for you to hit that and put it over the fence? What do you mean? God's pitching it, meaning this, it's His perfect will. Oh, are you with me? Meaning everything God throws your way is God's perfect will for your life, okay? And so what are you doing? What does God want you to do? He wants you to make contact with His will. He wants you to get a hold of that ball. Someone's throwing BBs at you, okay? He wants you to snap that bat, snap that ball, put it over the infield, and run the bases. Why? Because it's His will that you succeed. God says, I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. If it's His will, you're going to hit the ball. If it's His will, you're going to get the promotion. If it's His will, you're going to be married to that gal. Nothing is going to stop you, okay? If it's His will. I need to pray in accordance to His will, and I need to live in accordance to His will. You're thinking, man, what are you talking about? Good grief, daily life, okay? I'm at the crossroads. What is that? I'm at decision time, you know what I'm saying? Is this God's will or not? That's it. I mean, that's it, okay? You're a married man, a woman asks you to have lunch, she's really smoking hot, you're a little attracted to her. Is it God's will for me to sit with a woman that's not my wife in public, okay, and compromise what? My testimony, compromise my integrity. Is that God's will? That's not God's will. Is that wisdom? That's not wisdom. Why? Because you don't want to tempt yourself. Here's the thing, adultery happens up here before it ever happens down here, partner, okay? Because we lust and we look, and God's already given you a beautiful wife, and that's throughout all of life, guys, okay? What is God's will for your life? And oftentimes we already know it. It's not some mystery that's way out there. It's daily life. I'm hungry. Do you think it's God's will for you to get something to eat? I don't know. Maybe He wants me to starve. Maybe He wants me to go 40 days without food and water. Well, if He asked you to do that, yeah, you could do it. But guess what? After 2 days, you're going to cave in because why? You're doing it in and of your own strength. He never asked you to do that. That's most of life. Guys, we are jumping through hoops and doing stuff that God has never even required of us. Yes, I know, because I've been there, done that. I'm like the tiger at the circus going through the loop. Ooh, look at me. I went through the fire for the Lord. He never asked me to go through the fire. But if He does, He will prepare me and He will get me through it because He's hand in hand. I'm just like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and then Nebuchadnezzar looking there. I see a fourth man in the fire. Who's that? It's my God. Guys, watch this. Greater is He that's in me than he that's in this world. See, the world's pulling me in a million different directions. Did you know that? I don't know about you. But here's the thing. I come home, I turn on the TV. The world wants me to watch the garbage. When I go to the movies, the world wants me to watch its stuff, okay? When I go to work, okay? The world is all over the lunch table, okay? See, I don't need to judge, but I can rise above. The cream always rises to the top of the coffee, and I love that illustration because you know how much I love coffee, and I know who made the beans. King Jesus made the beans. Thank you, Jesus, for making coffee. Here's the thing. Look, this is free stuff, free tip of the day. How many grumpy people aren't as grumpy after they get their morning joe? I'm not talking about your spouse. I'm not. Okay, look at, you with me? Okay. So His strength resides in me. What do I need to do? I need to listen. I need to listen. It's already there. Everything you need for life is already there. It's inside you. You're ready to go. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're skydiving and you have a parachute, but you don't think you have a parachute, okay? Jesus is everything, okay? He's your strength, He's your wisdom, He's your might, He's your direction, He's the healing balm of Gilead. He says, I know the beginning from the ending. Okay, I'm the Alpha and the Omega. I'm creator, so I created you. So I actually know how your body's made because I created you. I'm Elohim, you know what I'm saying? I love Jesus. I love all the tiles of Jesus. You know, He's Jehovah Nissi. What is that? The Lord is my banner, meaning He goes before us to fight. He's the mightiest of warriors. And here's the thing. His Spirit rests upon us. He lives inside us. Greater is He that's in me than he that's in the world, meaning the world's doing their own thing. But you're not, because you've surrendered to the Lordship of Jesus Christ. And that means when God is throwing things your way, I know it's God's will. See, if it's coming from God, it's God's will. If it's coming from the world, it's not God's will. If it's coming from Satan, it's not God's will. If it's coming from a person, then I have to clarify, is God using that person? Is this an opportunity that God's brought into my life? Or is this a tactic of Satan to test me, okay, and to tempt me to sin against my almighty God, okay? And how will I know that? When I'm resting in Christ, when I'm hearing God, when I hear the still small voice, when I'm meditating, when I'm praying, when I'm doing my due diligence and doing the things I know to do, I'm hearing Him clearly. There's no static on the radio. Like, oh, Matt, are you in Yankee Stadium? Why haven't you thrown the heat? Oh, you did. See, I didn't fake you out. I just threw it right there in the box. And let me tell you, was it perfectly in the box? No. But it was in the bottom left-hand corner right there. It was a strike. Okay? So here, look at. That was a strike all day long. But if it's God throwing the heat to me, guess what? I'm going to knock it over the fence because it's God's will. Do you understand how it is? God is bringing you opportunities. He's bringing you advancements. He's doing all these things for you. And He wants you to grab that bat and do your part. Guys, He's not going to, here's the thing. He gives you food, but He doesn't give me a spoon and put it down my throat. I got to pick up the fork. I got to do my part. And my part is this, resting in Him, relying on Him. Have you ever noticed this? Look at this. When I'm doing my own thing, and I'm kind of going about life, and I'm not really paying any attention to God, I'm kind of excluding God. Why does He bring something into my life that makes me weak? Have you ever noticed He does that? I mean, I'm a Christian, but things are going really good, and I'm just kind of doing my own thing, and I'm not really going to church. I'm not really reading my Bible. I'm not really praying. I'm really self-sufficient. Things are, and I feel, man, things have never been better, but actually things have never been worse because I'm excluding the person who loves me the most, okay? And so God allows something, watch this very carefully. God throws the heat, okay? And now what He threw at me just now makes me weak. Was that God's will? It absolutely was God's will. And you're like, why was God throwing something into my life that has makes me feel vulnerable, makes me feel weak? Because when I am weak, then am I strong. Why am I strong when I'm weak? Because I'm relying on God. You see, it's greater is He that's in me than he that's in the world. When I'm relying on the greatness of God that's inside me and not relying on me, that makes me great because He's great, okay? When I'm resting upon this, me, myself, and I, which is just another form of idolatry. That's what it means. Okay, whenever we're serving something other than God fully, with our full devotion, it's idolatry. So God throws the heat, which normally I would pop that thing out of the park, okay? He throws a fastball I can't hit. Can I ask you a question? Have you ever been hit with a 105-mile-an-hour baseball right to the chest? Or how about the side of the head? Have you ever been watching Major League Baseball and those guys get hit and it cracks their helmet and they're passed out or it busts their bat? That's because it came so fast. Friends, that's the best thing that can ever happen to you when you're not listening to God. When God throws the heat and He doesn't want you to hit it out of the park, He wants to hit you in the chest. You're like, how can that be good? Because guess what? You are instantly weak, okay? And you will cry out to God, God, that hurts so hard. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? That was so painful. Why did you knew who did it. Look at. You knew who did it. You threw the baseball, God. You hit me in the chest. You hit me in the side of the head. I can't even stand up here. I'm so weak. I'm like dizzy, okay? It was on purpose. What do you mean it was on purpose, man? He hammered you. You don't think God can throw the heat? Nobody throws the heat like God throws the heat. He throws the heat, and guess what? Then I'm in a state of weakness. And that means this, because I'm so weak. And I mean, when you get hit with a 105-mile-an-hour baseball, you're weak. You could be close to death, okay? Then I'm relying back on my strength. Oh, God, help me. Save me, heal me, because I feel like garbage. You know, I feel like I'm going to pass out. Lord, and that's what He wanted the whole time, but you were excluding Him. Just watch this very carefully. God's great all the time. Do you understand? God is high and lifted up. He's majestic. He's glorious. He's perfect. He's holy. He's all these different things. But one of the attributes that you and I use flippantly is He's great. We serve a great God. Have you ever heard someone say that? There's all kinds of songs. Rich Mullins sang a song, okay? Our God is an awesome God. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing. And so, because God is great, greater, okay, is He. That's a form of worship. When you're saying greater is He, what you're acknowledging is God is great. He's awesome. He's majestic in every way. He's everything, okay? So God is great, and He lives inside me. And as he lives inside you, it's playing itself out. If he's inside, you know, even Solomon said, hey, I can make this temple, but this temple can't hold your glory. When you created the universe and now I've made this simple little temple, and you're going to put all of yourself and rest here in your presence over the Ark of the Covenant, you know what I'm saying? It's just not going to happen. What a blessing that you would just share a little bit of your glory with us, okay? And that same glory, that same God who's great, lives inside you and dwells inside you. Greater is he that's in me than he that's in the whole world. You were born to be a conqueror. You have royal blood. You're a child of the living God, and it had nothing to do with you. It had everything to do with him. And I think what I'm trying to tell you today is this. He wants you to acknowledge how great he is in your life. That's what he wants you. You see what I'm saying? When we think about God, we're reading these passages, we think that he's way, way up there. He is. But he's way, way, way deep down inside here. And he's way, way, way deep inside of you if you've asked Jesus into your heart. The great God of the universe lives inside you. And he wants you to acknowledge that. And he wants you to rest assured in that he has it handled for you. And when he throws the heat, okay, he wants you, okay, in his will to knock it over the fence in a home run because he wants you to succeed. But if you're not listening, and I know I'm talking to some people in the man cave, and you're doing your own thing, I want you to know he's going to throw a 105-mile-an-hour fastball, okay, and he's going to hit you dead center, okay, and it's going to take the wind out of you, and it's going to knock you back a day, a week, a month. Sometimes God has to roll us for a couple of years, okay, for us to cry out because we're so hard-hearted, okay, and we're so stubborn. We're like a donkey. We're like an ox that wants to do his own thing. Don't kick against the pricks. Paul, don't be kicking against the pricks. Don't be kicking against the goats. Basically saying this, don't fight me because I'll win. You know, don't fight. Would you ever want to fight someone knowing you're going to get pulverized and there is no prize, there is no purse, there is no money at the end of the fight? It's winner take all. And you're fighting a champion? That's God. Why not get in the champion's corner and let him fight for you? Greater is he that's in me than he that's in the entire world. So whether you're at work, he's great at work through you. Whether you're at home, you're a great father. Well, you're a great dad. You're a great husband. You're a great friend. You're all these things because of him residing in you, and it's spilling off onto everyone. Here we are in the ball field, realizing this, that God's throwing the heat, okay, and he's going to let you hit it, okay, when it's his will, all right? Make sense? Yeah, man, it makes total sense. You could have cut and saved me 15 minutes. Yeah, I could have, but I like talking to you. You're my buddy. You know what I'm saying? I like fist bump, all right? Hey, thanks for listening. This is Matt in Yankee Stadium, in the Man Cave.